What if I told you that a single military order could quietly set into motion one of the most complex and coordinated operations in modern warfare? An operation that unfolds across airfields, oceans, and deserts, all at once. It begins with a simple but loaded question. Is this deployment about deterrence or preparation for something far more decisive? The statement itself sends a strong signal. When a leader talks about unlimited ammunition, the greatest equipment, and actively decimating an adversary like Iran, it's no longer just rhetoric. It becomes a message to allies, adversaries, and the global stage. And as history has shown, words like these often precede action. Almost immediately, the machinery of modern military power begins to move. Across multiple bases, tens of thousands of troops are pushed to combat readiness. Orders are issued, units mobilize, and what looks like controlled chaos begins to unfold with precision. Soldiers move quickly but methodically, packing rucksacks with everything they'll need to survive and operate: uniforms, medical kits, rations, communication tools. Each item has a purpose, because once deployed, resupply isn't always guaranteed. Transport trucks roll into staging areas, engines idling as troops load up and climb aboard. There's no dramatic music here, no cinematic moment, just focus, discipline, and the quiet understanding that they are heading into uncertainty. Many of them don't know how long they'll be gone or what exactly awaits them in the Middle East. At the same time, airborne units are preparing for a very different kind of mission. Paratroopers, arguably among the most rapidly deployable forces, gear up for insertion behind or ahead of conventional lines. Their equipment is heavier, more specialized. Main parachutes secured to their backs, reserve chutes strapped to their chests. Weapons are carefully handled, slung over shoulders in protective cases. They form up in tight columns and march toward one of the most iconic military transport aircraft ever built, the C-17 Globemaster III. Waiting on the runway with its massive rear ramp open, it's designed exactly for moments like this: fast, strategic deployment across continents. Inside, the atmosphere is tense but controlled. Once airborne, there's no turning back. When the aircraft reaches its drop zone, everything happens in minutes. Commands are shouted. Static lines are checked. One by one, paratroopers step into open air. In seconds, parachutes deploy, forming a trail in the sky, each soldier descending into hostile or uncertain territory, often before the main force has even landed. But this is only one layer of the operation. On another airfield, the focus shifts from mobility to raw destructive capability. Ground crews are preparing a legend of long-range strike power, the B-52 Stratofortress. Unlike the fast, stealthy jets of modern warfare, the B-52 is a symbol of endurance and payload capacity. And today, it's being armed for a deep strike mission. Massive 2,000-pound Mark 84 bombs are carefully transported and loaded. Each one is capable of causing devastating impact. The process is slow, deliberate, every connection checked, every mount secured. There's no room for error when dealing with this level of firepower. Inside the aircraft, the crew prepares for a long and demanding mission. Oxygen systems are tested. Navigation routes are verified. Supplies are packed, not just for comfort, but survival. A B-52 mission can stretch beyond 12 hours, flying at high altitudes where even a small malfunction can become critical. When the engines finally roar to life, 8 turbofans powering the massive bomber, it signals something significant. This isn't a drill. As the aircraft rolls down the runway and lifts into the sky, it carries with it not just bombs, but strategic intent. Meanwhile, out at sea, another element of the operation is unfolding. On the deck of a carrier, Marines prepare to deploy via the powerful Sikorsky CH-53E Super Stallion. Built for heavy transport, this helicopter can carry troops, vehicles, and equipment into areas that might otherwise be inaccessible. The Marines board quickly, the rotors spin to life, and within moments they're airborne, heading toward forward positions near the Iranian border. Their mission: establish presence, reinforce positions, and prepare for potential engagement. At the same time, fleets of Sikorsky U-60 Black Hawk helicopters are constantly in motion. These aircraft are the workhorses of modern military logistics, transporting troops from staging areas to forward zones in a continuous loop. Land, unload, refuel, return, repeat. It's a relentless cycle designed to build combat strength as quickly as possible. And then, everything begins to converge. Paratroopers on the ground link up with incoming vehicles and supplies. Marines secure their sectors. Infantry units establish defensive perimeters. Communications systems are set up, ensuring coordination between air, ground, and command units. Heavy equipment, armored vehicles, artillery arrives on follow-up flights, completing the operational puzzle. Within a surprisingly short span of time, what was once scattered across continents becomes a fully assembled force, dug in, equipped, and ready. But here, where the bigger picture comes into focus. This isn't just about moving troops or showcasing power, it's about signaling capability. In modern geopolitics, perception can be just as important as action. A deployment like this sends a clear message, not only to Iran, but to allies, rivals, and global markets. It says, we are prepared, we are positioned, and we can act. At the same time, it raises critical questions. Is this a show of strength meant to prevent conflict? Or is it the final stage before escalation? History has shown examples of both outcomes, massive deployments that never led to war, and others that became the opening chapter of major conflicts. And for the soldiers on the ground, the strategy debates don't matter as much as the reality they face. They dig trenches, set up defenses, check their equipment, and wait. Because in situations like this, the most difficult part isn't always the action, it's the anticipation. As night falls over the desert, the base hums with activity. Generators run, radios crackle, patrols rotate. Somewhere above, aircraft continue their missions. Somewhere beyond the horizon, decisions are being made that could shape what happens next. And that's the tension of modern warfare. It's not always loud, not always visible, but always unfolding. So the question remains, is this deterrence or the beginning of something much larger? Because in today's world, the line between the two is thinner than ever.